And I know it wasn't announced that Caitlin Clark wouldn't play until right before, but this is a preseason game where Clark is not available, and yet probably...
Sophie Cunningham had a clear response after Mystics rookie Kiki Iriafen delivered a flagrant foul that nearly injured the Fever's newest player. She dropped 21 points and let her game do the talking.
This proves there is an agenda against the Indiana Fever. There is an attack agenda.
In a preseason game that was far from friendly, the Indiana Fever displayed something we rarely saw last season: toughness, unity, and a strong sense of team spirit. Even with Caitlin Clark sidelined due to a lingering leg issue, the Fever showed they're no longer a team that can be pushed around. This game marked the emergence of a new identity, led by players like Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull, and Aaliyah Boston, who made it clear they won't back down from anyone. In this video, we'll break down everything: the Fever's fiery response, Sophie's bold statement, and how the Washington Mystics reacted after the heated moments. If you stand with Indiana, comment "Spicy Sophie" down below. Let's get into it.
This is the first time we're witnessing this. They're attacking Sophie Cunningham just like they did Caitlin last year. There is an agenda against this basketball team, and I'm calling it out right now. The league better step in immediately. They better step in immediately. We better not be dealing with what we dealt with last year with Caitlin.
What happens when the face of your franchise is sidelined? For the Indiana Fever, it meant opening their preseason without Caitlin Clark, a significant absence. This wasn't just any missed game. It marked Clark's first time sitting out in 5 years, covering her entire college run at Iowa and the start of her WNBA career. Head coach Stephanie White made the difficult but strategic decision to rest Clark, who was experiencing some tightness in her left leg. "We need to think long-term," White said, emphasizing the importance of keeping their star healthy for a demanding season ahead, one that includes 4 more games than last year. It was a smart move for the future, but in the short term, it left the Fever exposed and vulnerable.
I mean, look, the biggest thing is we got to think long term. Like, we got to make sure that we're not putting Caitlin at risk for injury. We're not putting our team in a position, where we're thinking short term and not long term. It's a long season, 4 more games than last season. So we want to make sure that we're extra cautious and put her health and wellness first and foremost. And honestly, it's been one day at a time. You know, how she's reacted to treatment, how she's reacted to workouts. So positive progress is being made, but we can't be short-sighted.
The first quarter was rough for Indiana. They fell behind early, getting outscored 24-13 as the Mystics took full control. Missed layups and a lack of offensive rhythm left the Fever looking disorganized and overwhelmed. The deficit quickly grew to 15 points, and it felt like the game might be over before it even got started.
This team came out very slow, very lethargic, very stuck in the mud, very dragging ass, didn't have energy to them, didn't have flow to them.
Picture this. The Washington Mystics sensed vulnerability and came out swinging from the opening tip. Their physical play set an immediate tone, challenging the Fever and daring someone to rise in Caitlin Clark's absence. The Mystics smelled blood in the water, and for a moment, it looked like they were on their way to an easy win against a Clarkless Indiana squad.
Stephanie White seemed frustrated. We were down 15. Stephanie White called the timeout, and she must have stuck her foot up her team's ass and said, you see this arena? You see all these fans that came to watch you guys? 12,461 people. They didn't come to watch you guys bullshit. They didn't come to watch you guys drag ass. Let's play some defense and let's get it together offensively.
Meanwhile, an unexpected spark came off the bench. Lexi Hull. With relentless energy and hustle, she began to shift the momentum. Hull racked up 4 steals, disrupting Washington's offense, and chipped in 13 key points to keep Indiana in the fight. Kelsey Mitchell later credited her for doing the gritty work and delivering the boost the team desperately needed.
Lexi Hull looked the most confident I've ever seen Lexi Hull look. Lexi Hull looks the most confident I have ever seen Lexi Hull look, putting the ball on the ground, taking it to the rack, shooting threes, middies, turnaround fades. Whether they went in or not, we can get into that another day once the season starts. But the fact that she's confident enough in her game to where she's at least willing to try to do something to make the offense happen, to create points, to create confusion among the defense.
Despite the early struggles and a daunting double-digit deficit, the Fever displayed impressive resilience. Rather than using their star player's absence as an excuse, they treated it as a challenge. The team began to find its rhythm, the defense locked in, and what once looked like an unreachable lead started to shrink.
Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull, these two players. Sophie Cunningham gave us 21, Lexi Hull gave us 13. The Blonde Bombers is what they're calling them. We were down 15 in the first half. Why were we down 15? We cut it to within 3 at halftime.
How did the Fever manage to stay competitive without Clark? The answer wasn't found in one player trying to replicate her 20-plus points per game. Instead, it came from unexpected heroes stepping up, playing with grit, and refusing to back down from Washington's physical play. Little did the Mystics know, their aggressive approach would soon backfire in dramatic fashion. As the Fever began to find their rhythm in the second quarter, everything shifted in an instant. The game took a turn when Mystics rookie Kiki Iriafen delivered what could only be described as a body slam to Sophie Cunningham with 5 minutes left in the first half.
And I know it wasn't announced that Caitlin Clark wouldn't play until right before. This is a preseason game where Clark is not available, and yet he probably
Wasn't just a hard basketball play. It was something you'd expect to see in a wrestling ring. Cunningham, who joined Indiana in the offseason through a 4-team trade, had been finding her rhythm and helping close the gap on Washington's lead. She was moving without the ball, creating space and making life difficult for the Mystics' defense. Then came the confrontation that shifted everything.
probably have 10,000 people here and a real home court advantage.
That's Sophie Cunningham. There you go. I mean, she's right there saying, don't you do that. She's telling the rookie right now.
Both players fought for a rebound. Iriafen grabbed Cunningham and slammed her to the floor. The crowd gasped, and for a brief moment, even the players on both teams were frozen in shock. Then, Cunningham quickly bounced back to her feet, immediately stepping up to Iriafen and confronting her face to face.
And that's Kiki Arafin, and I got to tell you, here we go with the smiling like you've done. I don't get it. This is the worst part of the WNBA. It is.